It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
I don't like getting too binary, but winning, that's a good response. But we can't get attached to the binary system that our league is judged on necessarily, because it is a 17-game season and the process has to be great. So just dig into the details in the process, enjoy it, practice well, and then let game day take care of itself.
Bring right back up. It just started jawing with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Just what's the mentality like in those moments for you?
We don't take it. That's about it.
Aaron Rodgers on winning. Baker Mayfield on his nature as a player. Don't take bleep. The Dolphins have been taking bleep. Holy cow. Not a good start, and now they get the Bills. Yak, you want to go with your lock of the week on a Thursday night game and use the Bills early? Good
Nope,
team
not
versus
yet.
bad team, it would seem tempting. You going to save it? I've already used the
I already
Bills.
have mine picked. I'm holding on.
Oh, you've got one for the weekend. All right, get to our lock of the week. We're all 2-0. No one's made a mistake yet. Thursday injury updates from the NFL. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy, significant progress in rehabbing his turf toe injury. There's a chance he could be cleared. He could be cleared to play this week as they take on the Cardinals. Did participate on a limited basis in practice this week. Chargers outside linebacker Khalil Mack's left elbow injury that he suffered Monday night is not season-ending. Jim Harbaugh says Mack will go on the IR, so that means he's out at least 4 games, but did not say what the injury was. And he said, he's like the Wolverine, one of the toughest things I've ever seen.
That's about as Jim Harbaugh as it gets.
Now back to turf toe. Cincinnati Bengals not ruling out Joe Burrow returning later this season despite his need to have surgery to fix a turf toe injury. And talk about him being out 3 months. Now the season's turned into a marathon here, so 3 months is mid-December. Maybe he's back for 2 to 4 regular season games at the end of the year. We'll see how that works out. Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray apologizing for a social media post that included him wearing a retro Michael Vick jersey and posting with one of his pet bulldogs, drawing criticism from Vick's dogfighting scandal. Doesn't seem to be much upside about posting about that. Social media stuff's all self-inflicted. Why post anything? Why? PK was just talking about staying off of it. Unless you're ordered to do it for work, and we are in a line of work where that happens. What are you getting out of that?
Not much.
Washington Commanders return to the District of Columbia as official. The Council of the District of Columbia voting in favor 11-2 to support the RFK Stadium project. Played there, I think, from the 60s.
3 decades.
Yeah, 30 years. A lot of legendary games in that stadium, which is now super run down.
They were there for 30 years, left for about 30, and now going
there's
back.
If you've ever been there, there's a massive amount of land around that stadium. Huge. We'll see what they can build there, but PK always talks about what they've done with the baseball project in Atlanta and building the whole, essentially, neighborhood around it.
The Battery, yeah.
Yep. You can clearly see where that could be done in Washington, D.C. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
College football is officially moving to a single off-season transfer portal window. The Division I Administrative Committee voted to approve a legislative change that eliminates the spring transfer window, but they did not sign off on establishing January 2nd to the 11th as the lone portal window for FBS and FCS players, meaning the length and dates of the winter window will be revisited and debated soon. February? Nobody's worried about academics now. Who cares if it's in the middle of a semester? The spring date was during the semester. What's the point? They're not there to play school. They're there to play football. It does seem weird to put a date in January 2nd and 11th. All right, you 4 teams that are still playing. Some of you guys are going to need to quit on your team in a very public way right now. Ready and go. And coaches already quit on team at times like that. But to make it a rule that that's the only place that you're allowed to leave your team seems like another step. I can't imagine that NBA free agency would begin during, right after Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. That would seem weird to me. Colorado set to reinstall Caden Salter as the Buffalo starting quarterback against Wyoming. He started the first 2 games of the season before Ryan Staub started last week against Houston. Obviously, they lost that game to Houston. Houston off to a 3-0 start. South Carolina star quarterback Lenore Sellers questionable on the SEC availability report issued yesterday after he left the Gamecocks' 31-7 loss to Vanderbilt. He got a hit to the head in that game. So, listed as questionable. We're getting into conference, so we're going to have to get used to this in the Big 12. It starts this week.
And we got our first one for Utah yesterday, and we'll talk about it.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Fly ball to left. This is going to do it. Ian Happ is there, and the Cubs are in the playoffs. The Cubs are going to be a postseason team here in 2025.
Here's the 2-1 now, Tuve. And he rips it. Left field and deep for Altuve, his 26th of the season.
Peterson delivers. Manny swings, sends it in the air to left field. Nimmo's backing up. He is watching. It's going to go! A grand slam for Manny Machado. Home run number 26 is a big one in the Big Apple. And the Pods go back ahead at 6-2.
You betcha.
Ohtani with a high drive, right center field. This ball is gone! How's that for insurance? Number 51 on the season for Shohei Ohtani. He's coming home to make it 4-0 Dodgers.
Dodgers beat the Phillies 5-0. Ohtani's home runs, and dude's a big-time star, so every time he hits one, especially now that he's gotten to 50, everyone's a big deal. But Blake Snell struck out a season-high 12 batters. It's the kind of pitching you need to win in the postseason right there. That's got to make Dodger fans feel good.
He also didn't want to leave, come out of the game.
Like more pitchers to do that. People won Cy Youngs and World Series, and the world didn't end. And I know they throw harder and more breaking stuff, and they're trying to protect their arms. But honestly, don't we just have just nonstop Tommy John surgery updates in this segment? It's not working. Plus, is he trying to be tough guy, set the tone for the team and the staff? We're going to do this. It's mid-September. None of this peak and early stuff now. We're into the last week of the season. Here comes the postseason. Heard the Padres win. They beat the Mets 7-4. Are the Mets going to get that last spot in the playoffs? Is anybody who gets that spot going to do anything? I mean, you'd say probably not, but, man, the Diamondbacks, they got in. Didn't look like they were set up to do anything, but they did a couple years ago, so... The race is on. Well, it's been on. It continues right down to the wire here. The Mets still a game and a half up on the Diamondbacks, 2 on the Reds, 2 on the Giants. Giants beat the Diamondbacks 5-1. Arizona spoiling a 9-inning, 1-hit bid by Brandon Pfaadt. Did I pronounce his name right? P-F-A-A.
I believe so, yeah.
And you heard the Cubbies clinch. They're in. They beat the Pirates 8-4. Seattle's 10-game win streak is over. They were beaten by the Royals 7-5. Cleveland sprinting towards the postseason. They are on the outside looking in the wild card race. 2.5 games behind the Red Sox, 2.5 games behind the Mariners, 4.5 behind the Yankees, who are in a much more comfortable situation here. But Cleveland, trying to keep the heat on, has won 6 in a row here. They just beat Detroit 4-0. Bees beat the Aviators 11-6. They'll play again tonight, 8 o'clock. Tony Park's on the air at 7:50. DJ and PK.
Hashtag RSL.
Yedlin into the air for Luna, making a run to the end line. Turns, cuts it back for Ojeda. Ojeda, square ball. Caliscan shot, deflected, and a spectacular goal! Gozo throws himself at the bar! Half side volley, half bike, and Gozo with an athletic finish. And RSL has a goal in the 76th minute. Junqua tries to send it in. It's beyond everybody. It's Boanga. Boanga one-on-one with Cabral. Out comes Cabral. Laid off. Shot. A goal. Son has the hat trick in the 82nd minute. It's 3-1, and he puts it to bed.
Ambalonga adds another goal, and LAFC beats RSL 4-1. Big game in the playoff race. Pablo Mastroeni saying a week and a half ago they had to win 5 of the last 7, and they beat Kansas City, but now they lose here, so now they need to win 4 or 5. And they got road games at LAFC Sunday, and then in October they got to go to Seattle. 2 places they don't usually win. But if they're going to hit the numbers Pablo was talking about, they're going to need to win in one of those places. LAFC moves past Seattle into 4th in the West. Gives them home field in the first round if they hold on to it, and you would expect they would because they added Son here in the summer window. And he did have an early goal, but his impact in the last 2 games, he's clearly fitting in. Scored in the first minute in San Jose in their last game, and then gets the hat trick last night. RSL beaten on the counter again and again. Pablo talked about moments afterwards. They were really good for long stretches. He was really critical of the 2 second-half goals that they just should have fouled and stopped those plays. But they didn't. They get beat 4-1. And at the end of the game, Victor Olatunji got a red card for a headbutt. So now he's out for the LAFC game. They'll be shorthanded there. It's not looking good. It's still doable. 4 teams separated by 1 point for the last playoff berth, but that was definitely a blow. They'll play in BMO Stadium in Los Angeles Sunday. You'll hear the game on the Zone. And Gozo's goal, it's in defeat, so it's a foot net, but wow. Wow. He's 18 years old. He's out there with grown men, and he pulls that out? Yeah, that was unbelievable. But ultimately, it didn't matter. Not converting the penalty a few minutes before that, it's always a massive momentum swing. He could have gotten back in the game. Who knows at 2-1 if everything would have broken the same way and Gozo's goal would have tied it up 2-2, but opportunity squandered for sure. Apparently, Cruz is great at taking penalties. It's the first one I have seen him take. I guess he's taken them at training, but I haven't been out there when he's done it. It surprised me because Luna had been taking it, and Luna was 2 for 2 on the year. This isn't a team that earns a lot of penalties. Olatunji earned it, getting taken down in the 6-yard box. But they went with Cruz, and he couldn't score, and it might not have mattered anyway the way LAFC was piling up goals. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth opened training camp formally today. Team will practice in 2 groups at the new facility. We had on Bill Armstrong late in yesterday's show. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. And he talked about the new facility and having 2 rinks and explained that, a little bit of snow on the ice, just the shavings as players skate around, cut, accelerate, that kind of stuff, slows down the ice. This is a fast team. The ice is going to be better at the Delta Center, and it's going to be better at their new facility in Sandy. This team's going to play fast, and you're going to see it.
Well, in the new facility, there was a soft opening for. I went down and toured it, and pretty incredible what they're building. Now, there's a long way to go still.
Connor Ingram and the team mutually agreeing to part ways. He will likely end up waivers, so that'll give him a chance to get his pick of NHL teams or go to the AHL, play. I mean, he didn't play much last year. Get some sharpness and then wait for inevitably something's going to happen and somebody's going to get hurt and somebody's going to need a goaltender. So Connor Ingram will be moving on. That's what's trending. Brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up, Barry Trammell, sports columnist for the Tulsa World at 8 o'clock. Talk Big 12 football with him. A good schedule of games this week. Several intriguing games. A couple of them non-conference games, but several intriguing conference games as well. And we will get his thoughts on those games coming up at 8 o'clock. And then Mark Harlan, University of Utah Athletic Director, at 9 o'clock. In advance of the battle of unbeaten 3-0 teams, nationally ranked, 16th ranked Utah, 17th ranked Texas Tech. And Big Noon showing up. We'll talk with Mark Harlan coming up at 9 o'clock. DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. The question of the day is next.